Good morning. Hello, welcome back. My name is Katie. Today we're going to be doing a little reading vlog for the queer Blackathon that is happening this weekend. So this is Bowties and Books readathon. It is a queer Black readathon, so basically the idea is that you read books from Black queer authors covering those themes. There are some prompts you can follow if you want to, but generally the premise is just to read things that are Black and queer. So that is what I'm going to be doing this weekend. I have 2 books that I'm going to read. So the 2 books I'm going to be reading are The Black Flamingo by Dean Atta. This is the story of a boy in London. He's mixed race. He's trying to figure out where he fits in. He is gay and he finds his way to drag, and this is kind of that story. The book is written partly as poems, so I'm really excited to read that. The last book I read like that was Split Tooth, and it's one of my all-time favorite books, so I have very high hopes for The Black Flamingo. And then the second one, which I have already started reading, is The Memory Librarian by Janelle Monáe. This is a really cool book. I'm actually considering doing an entire video talking about Janelle Monáe's album, a motion picture, and now book that has come out of their artwork, Dirty Computer. That album, absolutely incredible that someone has not just written an amazing, groundbreaking album, but also created a film and also now a book in the same world. I think that's so cool. So I might do an entire video on that. So let me know in the comments if that would be interesting to you. This is a collection of short stories that are set in the same world as this album and a motion picture take place. I'm still halfway into the first story. Nothing crazy has happened, but I'm really enjoying it so far. So I will let you know when I have more things to say. So my dog and I are actually going to go watch the Formula 1 race at 2 p.m. today, so I have until then to read. And for once, it's not 100 degrees outside, so we are going to go read in the backyard, so I'm going to take you with us. I'm going to link all the creators for this readathon in the description box below. Please go follow them, check out their channels, they're all incredible creators. Let's go outside. Wanna go outside? Should we go? Come on! Let's go outside! Come on. Let's go. I finished it. Also, can we talk about how beautiful this cover is? This made me cry. It's exceptional. It's written entirely in verse, and it's one of my favorite things that I have read this year, if not ever. I wish that I had read this when I was growing up. Just so happy that young people have books like this. It was a beautiful story about this boy who is Greek and Jamaican, and he doesn't speak Greek, and he feels like he's not connected to either of his cultures. He actually goes on a trip with his mom to Greece, and he can't speak to any of his family members. And I had a very similar experience when I went with my mom to the Azores, where she grew up, on the island of Serra, and I don't speak Portuguese, and I couldn't speak to my family members, and it was just such a weird experience, and I really loved hearing that. I really loved hearing a similar experience in this book. There's a poem at the very end of this. It's an epilogue, and it's how to come out as gay, and I highly recommend that everyone reads that poem. It's beautiful. New favorite, 5 stars. This is exceptional. I did not think that I would get through it so fast, but it's like just gone 11, and I read it in 2 hours and it's just beautiful. Now I'm gonna read The Memory Librarian. Well, I'm gonna take a break from reading and make some lunch, watch qualifying for the Formula One race, and then we'll read The Memory Librarian. And then we'll go to the dog park / bar that we're gonna watch the race at, and I'll take you with me. Oh, I'm so happy. What a great start to my morning. This was beautiful. It's a little after 5 p.m. now. I am done with work for the day and I am making some fish and asparagus for dinner. So my oven is just preheating. I've been listening to the audiobook while I've been prepping, so I just wanted to come in and update you on my thoughts on The Memory Librarian. So definitely you don't have to have watched the film or listened to Janelle Monáe's album to understand and enjoy this story. It's a group of short stories and they really all read like a Black Mirror episode. You know how in Black Mirror they're all kind of in the same universe but they're completely different stories? That's exactly what this is. So we're in the same world. New Dawn is like the regime that has been installed and we're kind of just hearing different people's experiences. There are characters from the film that are mentioned in the book, so it's kind of like a little Easter eggy type situation, which I am really enjoying. So far, my favorite story has been Time Box. I thought it was a really honest depiction of a relationship. I think there's this tendency sometimes to depict lesbian relationships as like perfect relationships and that there can't be anything wrong in them. Like people still have to work at a relationship. I really enjoyed seeing that dynamic in that story. I'm really enjoying the themes in this and the way that Janelle Monáe is handling these conversations. Everything is very nuanced and well thought out. The first story I think was my least favorite. It was just very complicated and there were some plot twists that I found really strange, but the second and third stories I am really, really enjoying. Maybe that's because I'm just more familiar with the world that we're in, so I'm not as confused, but yeah, those are my thoughts so far. I have, I think, 2 or 3 stories left. So I am going to eat dinner and maybe we'll do a little bit more of the puzzle while I finish the audiobook. I've got, I think, like an hour left and then I will check back in with you, and that's my oven. It is preheated, so I will see you after dinner. Hello! I just finished dinner, which I ate very quickly, so I do not have dinner to show you, but I do have leftovers. I made blackened tilapia and oven roasted asparagus, and then I actually found this little like ready-made hollandaise sauce at the grocery store, so I just popped that on top and it was delicious. It was incredible. Loved it. So now Sally and I are gonna go for a walk, and we're on the 4th story now, so I'm gonna take you on a walk with us, so let's go. Good boy. Hi, I'm editing this right now, and for whatever reason the audio is missing from the last clip, so I'm just gonna tell you what I said. Basically, I really loved The Memory Librarian. I especially loved how many non-binary characters there were. I think that it's a great way to practice using they, them pronouns is to ingest content that has characters who are non-binary. The more that we encounter things, the more comfortable our brain is with them, and we can start to make that second nature. And so we can gender people properly, and I thought that was a really good thing that came out of this book that I was not expecting. I loved both of the books that I read for this readathon. I am really glad that I did this readathon. I don't usually do readathons, but this was a really great kind of gut check for me to look at the types of things that I am reading, and realized that I only have 2 books on my shelf that were by Black queer authors that I know of. I want to be reading lots of different experiences, and this readathon helped me to look critically at the types of books that I buy, and I'm definitely going to make sure that I am buying more Black queer books, because I only had 2, and that was as many as I could read during this readathon. But if this was a week-long readathon, I would have run out of books to read. So thank you for spending a couple of days with me. This vlog was a little chaotic, so I'm sorry about that. But thank you for spending a couple days with me. I post every other Tuesday and every Friday, so my next video will be up on Tuesday. Until then, happy reading. Thanks for watching. Bye.